Hey guys, what's up? So this week I didn't get to make a video. Kind of been busy getting ready for something. This weekend, Becca and I are going to Orlando. We actually leave Thursday night. We're gonna fly down there. We get in not till like 1 in the morning. So by the time we get to the hotel and everything, it's gonna be like 2:30. So, but anyways, we are going because we got invited to a sneak peek of Pandora, the world of Avatar, soft opening type deal at Animal Kingdom at Disney World. So on Sunday, we're actually going to go at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we get to be there for 2 hours. We get to ride both of the rides, I'm pretty sure. And I think some of the food stuff's open. They've been doing some like cast previews and stuff this week. So that is going to be awesome. But instead of leaving you hanging and not giving you any videos this week before we go, I thought that I would put together a little what's in my bag video. So I'm just kind of go over all my camera gear, and the battery on this camera is about to die. This is Becca's camera. I wanted to film on it so that I could show you my camera. So this is the guy I shoot on. This is a Canon 80D. Just came out last year or earlier this year. I really like this camera. Autofocus on is super fast. It's got that dual pixel stuff going on. Also shoots 60 frames per second at 1080p, which that's the main reason I got this camera, is because that's kind of like the lowest price point in Canon's line that you can get in and get that slow motion stuff going on. It does not shoot 4K, which is kind of disappointing, but vlogging wise, it's got the flip out screen, super nice, so you can see what's going on. But I definitely wanted to jump on Canon's line just because the lens selection, I mean, all the support's there. Canon's pretty much king of video when it comes to DSLRs. Other than, there is some competition now. You get a lot of stuff from Sony and Panasonic making noise with the GH5 that just came out, and then Sony obviously has the A7S2, and they're coming out with the A9. But definitely wanted to go with Canon. Everybody seems to use them. I've definitely liked it a lot. Gonna go through some of my lenses right quick, and then I'm gonna switch cameras so this one doesn't die on us. Lens wise, alright, so my first pack I started out, I just bought the body when I bought the camera so that I could get some decent lenses. So I started out and I spent a little over $300 and got this kit that has 2 lenses in it. The first one is a 50mm, and this is the EF mount, so it'll actually work on a full frame sensor. The 80D has a crop sensor, so it's cropped in like 1.6. So there's certain lenses that they make for a crop sensor. Those are the EFS mounts that'll only work on a crop sensor. And then the EF mounts are the Canon's big lenses that'll work on a full frame sensor as well. So this one's a 50mm. Aperture's f1.8. So you can get that nice blurred background if you want to do some portrait shots, headshots, that type of deal. I like this lens a lot. Super sharp. And for the money, you really can't beat it. And it also came with this guy, which is a 10 to 18mm, and this is the EFS mount, so it only works on crop sensors. But it does have image stabilization built in. That won't focus. I hate this Nikon camera. It just wasn't made for video. It's great for stills, and it works for Becca. Nice entry-level DSLR, but nah. But anyways, this guy is great for like the handheld stuff, vlogging. That's my life. So the image stabilization really helps there. Not my favorite lens though. Aperture starts at 4.5 and goes up to 5.6 across the focal length. So at 10mm it'll be a 4.5, and then at 18mm it'll be a 5.6. So not great for low light. And I don't know, it got really good reviews online, but it just does not seem super sharp to me. But I still use it. It is handy when you're trying to vlog. And then my other lens is this little pancake here. This is also an EFS mount, so only on the crop sensor, and it's a 24mm. This thing is super sharp, and I only paid $120 for it. It was open box at Micro Center, so that was a great deal. And does not have image stabilization. They do make one that has image stabilization, but this thing, I like it. I like it a lot. So mainly I use this when I'm flying on the glide cam, or if I'm on a tripod or something. You have to have some stabilization. If I'm just holding it out here, it's all... But anyways, great lens, and definitely if you're just starting out, pretty versatile. You can get some good stuff with it. I would definitely suggest it for the price point. But we're going on vacation. I'm taking you to a new place. Another planet even. Pandora. It's actually a moon, if you've seen the movie. So I thought I'd get something a little different. Ugh. Picked this guy up at the UPS store today. Let's see what's inside. Instructions. More glass. This guy's a monster. So this is a 17 to 55 millimeter. Most people will be like, 1755, 1855, that's what comes with the kit lens. This is no kit lens though. This is a 2.8 constant aperture across focal length. Has autofocus, obviously, and image stabilization. It is an EFS mount, so it won't work on full frame sensor. But that's the main reason this thing doesn't get the L branding like the rest of the good Canon lenses. Everything I've heard about it has been great. I've not used it yet. But actually, I'm going to switch cameras. Battery's going to die on this one. Let's throw the ADD up here. And boom! Hopefully you guys can tell the difference in the quality now. So I threw the ADD on the tripod here and threw the new lens that I just got today on there. So this is opened up to 17 millimeters and all the way up to 2.8. Definitely nice. I'm liking it a lot already. But I'm going to go through the rest of this gear pretty quick and give you guys an idea of what else I'm going to take with me. So, to supplement the camera, got the Joby Gorillapod. It's definitely great if you want to hold it out here, do a little vlogging. Gotta have that. And then other stabilization, I've got my Manfrotto sticks here. So this is a 60-inch tripod, and it's just got a little pistol grip joystick head on top. So you can switch between video and photo mode. So if you put it in photo, it's like a ball head. If I put it in video, it's more like a joystick. You get two directions, no tilt. So this thing's great, folds up real small. Next step on this one is I definitely want a fluid head to go with it. But this guy here, this is magic. So this is a glide cam. So right here you have a 3-axis gimbal. So you basically put your camera on top, you have your counterweights on the bottom, which keeps it all balanced, and then you can get those smooth tracking shots when you're following somebody, or you can do like wraparound shots, and gives you that silky smooth footage. So that's awesome. And then obviously you have batteries, chargers, all that good stuff. If I'm just cruising around doing some vlogging, I have a little shotgun mic. This is a Rode Video Micro. It's like $50, and you really can't beat it. Sound quality is really good. It's not as good as the Video Mic Pro, but it works for what I need it for. And then if I'm doing other audio, I have this guy here. So this is a Zoom H1, and that's actually what I'm recording the sound on right now. So you can use it as like a field recorder, or I can plug a lav mic. I can plug a lav mic into it and clip it on the color or whatever, and get some good sound that way. I actually just got that about a week ago. Haven't really used it much, but looking forward to using it. Camera wise, last thing. So I picked this up this weekend. I went to a spring feature fair at our local camera shop, Midwest Photo. So a bunch of vendors came in, Canon, Nikon, all the big boys, and showed off some of their stuff. And this was at the ICANN booth. It's just a little LED floodlight that goes on top of the camera. Going to be important this weekend because we end up staying in the parks pretty late and it gets dark. So you need to have some kind of light to shine on the face. And it actually gets really bright. Here, I'll flip it on. So if I'm going full blast, yeah, that sucker puts off some light. And then you can just dim it down. So that's nice. Like I said, haven't really got to use it yet either, but looking forward to it. It's supposed to be pretty decent. last year was like $100. This year they dropped the price to $50. And since I was at the feature fair thing, I ended up getting it for $25. So you can't beat that. The guy at the ICANN booth was really awesome. He was talking to me about a bunch of different lights and stuff, and they had their little 3-axis handheld stabilizer, like a motorized gimbal. Speaking of motorized gimbals, let's move over here. So this guy is the GoPro Karma Grip. Basically same idea as the Glide Cam, except for this is for a GoPro. So basically you turn this guy on. He's not going to like it because it's not balanced because I don't have the GoPro in there. But basically it helps you get those smooth shots. It keeps it all centered up. I'm going to turn it off because it doesn't like it. The thing about gimbals is they're definitely balanced for whatever you're going to put on them. So the weight has to be perfect. So if you try to start it up without the GoPro actually in there, it throws it off. So to go in there is the GoPro Hero 5 Black. This guy's pretty cool. Like any of the other GoPros, it shoots, well, not like any of the other GoPros, but it shoots 4K at 60 frames. That's a lie. 4K at 30 frames per second, and then 1080p at 120 frames per second. It's waterproof without being in the case, which is awesome. And then you have all your GoPro accessories, obviously. The main one I use is the Karma Grip, and you'll see that this weekend because I love using it on roller coasters because you can just put it out there and super smooth shots. GoPro is awesome. That's kind of where I started out video-wise. I didn't want to sink all the money into DSLR right off the bat, so I thought a GoPro was like one of the most versatile things to take with me. And I took that for the wedding and really enjoyed it, and that's how I ended up with all this crap on the table here. But anyways, so I have just a few other GoPro things. It's like a clip, I can clip it on my backpack. And the gimbal, you can actually, it has a ring on it with the regular GoPro mount, so you can clip it on anything that a GoPro will go on, which is cool. And then you have lots of batteries. GoPro sucks down the batteries, especially if you're shooting 4K. Which I don't post anything in 4K, but the cool part about shooting 4K is if you didn't really composite your shot right, you can move the image around when you're editing so that everything will be composited right and you don't lose any quality. That's the way to go. What else do we got here? Oh, this guy. So this is probably one of the most important parts. This is the Dji Mavic Pro. If you're not real familiar with drones, definitely should check out some drone footage. The awesome part about drone footage is anybody can grab it and it all looks pretty good. Because like the Karma Grip, it's got a little 3-axis gimbal here, a little camera on it, and that shoots 4K at 30 frames per second or 1080p up to 96 frames per second. Like I said, I shoot in 4K because if you need to move the image around a little bit when you're trying to get that composite right, works really great. So basically you just have your battery here, and it clips in there, and then it's got this little tiny remote here, and you can just unfold that and your phone clips right in here. Super convenient because I can just fold it all up, throw it in a backpack, get out there and go. So I really like that. Have to have an extra battery. On one battery you'll get roughly 20 minutes of flight, depending on what the conditions are and stuff. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But you can usually figure on 20 minutes. But the shots that you can get with the drone are unlike anything else. And I actually have my Part 107, so I can fly it commercially. So I'm looking to expand business that way a little bit. So if you know anybody that needs some drone footage, you should definitely send them my way. You can just send them to my website, apogeefilms.com, and I can get in touch with them there. And I think that pretty much wraps up all the gear. Obviously, external hard drive, memory cards. I put them on this Pelican case because it protects them from shock, and it's all waterproof and everything. Definitely cool. And then I have my beast of a laptop right here. Spin them around so you can see all the stickers. Support the troops. It's important. But anyways, this is a Lenovo laptop. It's got an i7 processor in it and two GT755M graphics cards. So it's definitely a workhorse. I can do all my video editing. I can do all my video editing on there. So that's super nice. It actually, in Adobe Premiere, which is what I use for my editing, it almost beats out my big computer in my rack at home. At home, my computer has a i5 processor, which does not have hyperthreading. So basically, your processor is split up into cores. So most modern processors have 4 cores. And so basically, each core can be doing a job. And if a program's optimized, it can run on multiple cores. But the i7 processor has hyperthreading, which means that the cores are basically split into logical cores, which can also be used simultaneously. So with the hyperthreading, it has really like 8 logical cores, so it can be doing tons of work at the same time. So, and Premiere Pro is optimized for that, so it works really great. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a software engineer, so that's where all the geeky computer stuff comes in. But and actually, this year I'm going back to school for computer engineering to get my master's. So I'll probably definitely be bringing you a lot more of that geeky stuff along the way. But anyways, I think that pretty much wraps it up. To carry it all around, I just have a backpack. It's like a cheap camera backpack, so it's got all the dividers and everything in it, and it unzips from the back so you can lay it down. So that part's nice, but it's nothing special. The dividers aren't very sturdy. I'm gonna fix that tonight though. Got some Gorilla Tape. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the gear stuff, you definitely comment down below and let me know. I got tons of gadgets around the house. We can always check some kind of electronic goodness out. You should definitely check out our other videos. Most of the time it's Becca and I or Adam and I rolling around wherever we are, trying to find some good food, some good beer, or some good fun. We have the video of me and Adam doing an adventure hunt a couple weeks ago. So we went out and did this big scavenger hunt thing with all these challenges. So it was a pretty good time. You should definitely check it out. And if you do like that kind of stuff, feel free to subscribe. That way you know when the new stuff comes out. Like this weekend, we're going to be down at Disney World, and I'm definitely going to be releasing some videos of that. So I'd love to have you guys come back and check those out. And if you like the videos, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know. If you don't like the videos, hit the thumbs down button. Don't really do that. No, never. But anyways, it's good having you guys here, and I hope to see you real soon. Peace.